Hey everyone, today I want to talk about, is Warframe actually worth playing fully free to play? At this point, Warframe is on most systems really other than mobile, but that will be coming soon enough. And as a free to play game, many people generally wonder, is it actually like a fair free to play model, or is it terrible, awful, you just have to grind away at every day at just awful things in order to progress at all? Or is all of the pay to win type things all just cosmetics and not actually in-game pay to win? It's always a question between, so is the free to play model you buy mostly skins or mostly power in the game? Well, it's a little bit of this, little bit of that. In Warframe, you don't really buy per se power, you more so buy boosts. With real money in-game currency, you can buy a lot of resource boost, credit boost, things like that. You can straight up outright buy pretty much every weapon and Warframe, so in that regard, sure, the game is definitely pay to win, but you can also just farm for all of them in the game, so you can essentially pay for convenience of not playing the game, which is kind of funny. The resource boosters and experience boosters definitely make sense, as Warframe is a game that does require a lot of grinding, especially if you want to go fully free to play, but you can also get all of the boosters, affinity, resource drop chance boosters, and resource, you can get all of those in the game naturally, whether that be through Barrow Katir, whether that be through dailies, or the best part about Warframe's free-to-play model, the fact that you can trade the in-game currency. That's right, you can go to either, trading chat, just straight up down here, you go to trade chat to try to buy or sell things for platinum, or you can always go to Maru's Bazaar on Mars, which is right here, in order to stand around and try to sell things. So with the fact that Warframe has a free-to-play in-game premium currency market, it means that if you are a free-to-play player, you can actually just earn and trade your way up to having all of the currency in the game, well, that you need at least, right? You can just trade and get a ton of platinum. There are many things to trade in the game, with people mostly liking to trade, I would say, the primes. They like trading Rivens if you want to make a lot of money, but again, mainly just primes, whether that be Warframes or weapons. People like buying and selling them both. But you can, again, farm most things in the game. The one place where you're 100% free to play limited in the game, I would say, is Warframe and weapon slots, companion slots in the game. There are always ways to earn premium, platinum, purchasable currency type items in game. Let's say things like Warframe weapon slots, you can get, Orokin reactors, you can get Forma bundles, you can get a ton of things that you'll eventually need in the game. Seeing if there's any more Warframe or weapon slots. Not just weapon slots there. Come on, there has to be a Warframe slot, or am I just blind? Oh, but there isn't any Warframe slot this time in Nightwave. So you're almost mainly going to be capped by weapon slots and Warframe slots, and just generally slots in the game. So you will have to get used to somewhat trading if you don't want to end up only having a limited amount of weapons and Warframes. You can always sell and then remake Warframes and weapons later on, but it's definitely a tedious process if you need to do that. So, the type of slots are as follows. Arcwing weapon slots, you won't need to buy a ton of those, but you can buy them for 12 platinum for, I think, 2. Yeah, because 1, 2. You can get 2 companion slots for 12 platinum, 2 component and armament slots. Ooh, so that's for Railjacks. So you can buy that for 12 platinum, which you actually probably will need. Crew member slots. I would say you might need some of these, but this more so depends on how you want to play the game and if you want to have a ton of crew members. Necromech slots, won't really need a ton of these yet, but maybe in due time. operator amp slots. You will need these if you want to have a lot of operator amps, but it's definitely not a huge requirement. But if you want to hold all the operator amps, yeah, you'll definitely need this. Riven mods, these are kind of like your RNG random stat mods that make everything a lot stronger with possible nerfs. So these are really good, and Riven mod slots are worth the most, 60 platinum for 3 Riven mod capacity slots. Just because Rivens are where the money's at in the game, especially in the platinum market. So you'll probably want this eventually, but goddamn, is that expensive. Vehicle slots, yeah, you'll need some of these. You'll want a lot of Warframe and weapon slots, and that's 12 platinum and 20 platinum. I said earlier in the video that you can pretty much buy everything for platinum, which is true. You can buy all the companions, all the really like unnecessary things like Forma. They're not necessary to buy, they're necessary in the game, but not necessary to buy. You can just buy it all in the market, hilariously enough, but there's definitely no need to whatsoever. You can just don't do that, just don't do that. I would never recommend you buy everything in the game in the market, unless something comes out day one release, you're super hyped to get it. That's usually when people buy things, but you can get a ton of Warframes here. See, just, oh my god, all of the Warframes. You can just pretty much buy them all if you're insane and you want to waste money. Or you can get the blueprints either in the market, in Clan Dojo, or some other place in the game, farm up all of the blueprints, and then build it yourself. Warframe pretty much monetizes everything it possibly can in an annoying way, especially in the market. They try to sell you just so much random stuff. Of course, it sells you a billion different types of cosmetics. You could probably spend hundreds, thousands of dollars in Warframe on purely cosmetics. So it's definitely not hard to go there. Look at this new skin. Ah, yes, beautiful. You can always just buy beautiful skins, but for the most part, yeah, that's where endgame is right here. Just skins. But for the most part, if you're a newer player, you'll definitely probably want to buy a lot of slots and stay away from buying out with like platinum, at least, things like Warframes and weapons, because you can build all of those in game. But I was saying Warframe annoyingly monetizes everything, right? So it has a ton of wait timers, and you can also just buy like miscellaneous resources in the game through the market. So I wouldn't recommend people buy those. I don't know where they actually hold them. Oh, it's probably here. Components. Yeah, like all of these especially, these are never worth buying. This is for a quest. I think you need this. Yes, Cephalon Railjack Blueprint, yes. But things like Rubido, you buy 450 Rubido for 30 platinum. This is not worth it. As you can see, Rubido, things like resources, miscellaneous resources, can't really be traded. So you're purely buying this to have it, and you farm up 450 so fast. So there are a lot of weird noob traps still in the market. So I would say Warframe's pretty decent to play free to play if you have a lot of time in your hands and you want to farm up a lot of things. If not, it might be a pain in the ass. You build things, in your foundry. It's where you build all your Warframes and your weapons, a ton of other things, like all the miscellaneous stuff, gems, etc. And you can spend platinum to speed up the building times. And that's where you can also go crazy and spend all of your money if you don't want to wait. Again, I wouldn't recommend that, but hey, you can do it. So Warframe, all in all, it's a pretty decent and pretty good free-to-play model, but you can honestly buy almost everything if you want, and in that case, it's fucking crazy. You can't really directly buy levels for things, you can only really buy boosters, but to my knowledge, you can't just straight up buy affinity or master rank, so you'll still need to play the game to level up everything. But oh my god, you can buy pretty much everything in the game and spend an insane amount of money. Warframe is pretty much a PvE multiplayer and or single player game, depending on how you want to play it. So there's no real incentive to spend a ton of money buying everything because, well, you're not really buying direct power to beat anyone because the PvP in Warframe's a joke. You're mainly just buying power to have an easier time or have fun or do whatever you want. So it's a weird game like that where the objective is really whatever you want it to be. So hey, it's a decent free-to-play game, especially if you have a lot of time to kill and you love this playstyle and farming the game. But if not, you might have a rough time because it doesn't explain a lot to you, and there is a ton you'll have to search up. So have at it, have fun. Just thought I'd make this video. Made one similar to it before, but yeah. Just thought I'd make another one for people who may not know what Warframe is. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Like, favorite, sub if you'd like to, and, you know, want to support the channel, you can check out any of my socials. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.